Board of Commissioner meeting Thursday, November 7th, 10 a.m. We'll open with the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Here.
Commissioner Schuff,
Here.
Commissioner Franker.
Here. So at this time, accept the motion to approve the digital audio recordings of our previous board session on Thursday, October 31st, 2024.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Franker,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes. So first on the agenda, 10 o'clock, we have a joint ditch assessment hearing with Sandusky County. We're all here, Sandusky County. How about your end?
Sandusky County, all three commissioners. We have Commissioner Zimmerman, Commissioner Miller, and Commissioner Schwalko all here.
Thank you, Teresa.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just read over the resolution. We're amending Resolution 24-153, maintenance assessments for collection in 2025 for the Seneca and Sandusky Joint County ditches maintained by the Seneca County Ditch Maintenance Program. There are a couple of corrections that were brought to my attention from the Seneca Conservation District. We have, I'm always going to screw this name up, I apologize, Coons Gavuzo.
Sounds right.
Was at 12.71%, is now going to 13.67%. The Peeler joint was at 10%, staying at 10%, and the Parmenter was at 0% and is now going to 18.07%.
So move, Commissioner Franker, to accept.
Second, Schwalko.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Franker,
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Schwalko.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you.
I'll send you over our signature page here shortly.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
Teresa.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Teresa.
much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Yep, have a good one.
You too.
See ya.
Aye.
One nice thing about government, if you screw up, you just have another meeting and fix it. So we're pretty good.
So, wait.
All right, commissioner reports. Commissioner Schuff, go ahead.
Sure, thank you, President Paradiso. Monday, went over to Kiwanis Manor, got to present one of the residents there with their second place, winning there for the beard contest as we wrap up 2024 here and the bicentennial year. I've had a very difficult time trying to get all three of these individuals in the same room at the same time. One being at Kiwanis, one working first and second shift, the other one's a teacher. So I was hoping to get all three in this room at the same time, but we actually might have one or two of them next week for the meeting if we can throw them on the agenda. But that was fun. They had like their Kiwanis meeting with all the residents, and they voted for their officers. So he was there, and he had probably 30 or 40 of his peers in the room, and it was just kind of neat to help made his day. And just, I got a few pictures which I can send you, share if you want to do something with them. But it was fun. It was just neat. It just really made the guy's day. Tuesday, we had the election, so from 5:30 in the morning till 9:10 at night. I know Bill and Janet worked. A few of us, I worked for the Board of Elections again, and great voter turnout. I know I say this and I sound like a broken record each year. With our board, our poll workers, our volunteers, it goes very smooth compared to just every year gets better, I'll put it that way. But humbled to be a part of the process, and thanks to all of our workers, sincerely.
Busy day.
Very busy day, yeah. We're all over the county, just making sure things are going right, but it's just nice to be a part of the process, and I'd highly recommend anybody, if you could volunteer some time or take some time to work, it's rewarding, so. Wednesday, yesterday we had our Veteran of the Year ceremony out in Attica at the fairgrounds, so wanted to give a big thank you or congratulations to James Alt. He was the winner of the 2024 Veteran of the Year, so very well attended event. All three commissioners were present along with Sherry, so that was always rewarding. This morning we had our Downtown Development Committee meeting through like downtown and Main Street and all that, so went over some different things. There's just so the public knows, if there's anyone that owns a historic building here in Seneca County, there's a preservation assessment workshop. That's Monday, November 18th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. That takes place at the Empire. So if you are a property owner of a historic building, need some free tips, it's a good seminar to sit through. I think it's about an hour and a half long. And I think, Noah, you can help correct me on this, I think there's open spots. There's 5 properties that they're gonna do a free assessment to. If you have questions or how things should be done, or you wanted to look at particular features of a historic building, so it's a workshop, but then Main Street's also sending somebody up to critique or to give advice on if you have questions as far as historic revitalization goes. So something kind of neat for the group. Also this morning, there was some discussions about farmers market. There was talk of possibly moving that around or relocating it, so more to come on that. No decisions were made, but it's a good week all in all. Thank you.
Yep, last Friday had the second of send-off for the honor bus. Had another great crowd heading down there, and they really, again, it's really enlightening and seeing everybody's excitement and stuff to get on there and go down there. A lot of actually a little shout out, like Tom Schubaugh, he was there, so they kind of surprised because they have kids kind of go down, 4 kids help do stuff, and they kind of surprised him. His granddaughter was able to go down and hang out with him for the weekend, helping with the luggage and helping to get around there. So it was a nice surprise to have them work together on that. So that was a nice send off for that. So, and then Sunday we was over to St. Paul Church for their 200th anniversary and delivered a proclamation, and great crowd there, and it's nice. I tell you, the chandelier in there, that's really a pretty cool way. It's been in there for a long time, and it'll be there for many more years. So what a great event they had there. As Tyler alluded to, Tuesday, my wife and I, we worked out to the North Central Education Service Center for the Board of Elections. We got 3 precincts there, and I do want to give a shout out. There is a lot of, ahead of time, everybody's worried about, the demeanor of the people coming in and voting and stuff on that, but there was 0 issues. Everybody was really good to work with. There wasn't anybody that was, disturbed or anything like that. So it was a great day, and probably the busiest we've ever had since we've been working full and stuff. So it was a tremendous crowd there. And again, as Tyler alluded to, that if you have time and spend a day working the Board of Election, it gives you a different perspective and learn how the whole process works. So great job, the gang down there at the Board of Election, Jim and Lori and Brian and Amanda, they do a great job keeping things moving and keeping things organized and stuff with it. So definitely a great day that day. So, and then Wednesday, went over to the ribbon cutting, Davenport Financial, Chamber hosted that. So that would be in Mackenzie Zimmerman, Davenport. Moved her location and stuff there by the BMV. So a nice ribbon cutting there, and then went up to the Veterans Dinner. And again, congratulations to Jim Holt for receiving the Veteran of the Year. Also want to allude to that he does have a Purple Heart. I think that's fantastic that he's, and as I said, before, that they not only serve our country, but when they come back, they certainly serve our community and stuff on it. That they do a lot of stuff for schools, for working with youth and stuff. 4-H advising and stuff for many years. So great people involved in that. So this morning had another follow-up. Had down at WTTF. Actually had Paul Jones in, who was on the honor bus, and did a nice. Paul's he's another gentleman that very community oriented, from working on the teacher for many years at Seneca East and working with different organizations. I know he's trying to get the Historic Society back rolling in Republic and stuff, and another great person here in the community we're real fortunate on. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, Seneca East does a great job as well as a school of recognizing veterans, and they just they brought the ball in this year, and they have the luncheon, and they're always A, it's great to honor the veterans, but B, I think it's great to get the kids involved, and it's just exciting to see. But congratulations to Mr. All. I was a little late to the send-off, but I was there before they pulled out. But I was there when they came back Sunday night, and it was pretty neat. And So worked the crowd, TU band, and it was pretty cool. Here's my election update. I never thought it would go this way. November 8th, 1860, the presidential general election brought thousands of Seneca County voters to the polls. 1860. 3,052 people voted for Abraham Lincoln. 3,175 people voted for Stephen Douglas. So Lincoln didn't carry Seneca County. He did not win the majority vote in Seneca County in 1860 or in 1864. So just kind of interesting. And we were the North. You just never know, Shirley, how these things are going to go. But if you want to go back before then, in 1824, Seneca County was founded. The presidential election was held for several days, from October 26th to December 2nd. So the 26th of the 2nd. The top two candidates were John Quincy Adams and Andrew Jackson, with Adams becoming president. Local elections in Seneca County at that time were casual, social affairs. According to local county history, men gathered at the polls, voted, drank whiskey, smoked, swore, wrestled, and fought, all for fun. That was 200 years ago, right? That's great. Thank you. That's amazing. So Monday we had our jail study follow-up meeting, and we're kind of hitting, discussing funding and sizing, and there's a lot going on, but it's a study, it's a grant, and this might take a little while, but that was Monday we met. We had a solid waste budget here, budget meeting. I represent Seneca County on the budget hearing, or what's it called, the budget committee. And so we're moving that forward. Solid OSS doesn't meet till December. Will be our next meeting. And want to wish Calvert the best. They're on their way down. They're in the Final Four volleyball. They play this morning, I think, is 11 or noon around down at the Nutter Center in Dayton. If they win, they're in the state finals. So,
Which is tomorrow, I think.
which is tomorrow.
We'll know something by the weekend if.
Pretty awesome, and they're a young team. Right, Brian? I mean, they have no seniors, and they're just playing great. So
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Okay,
That's all I have.
on to me, I
It's
guess.
a good one today. The appropriate time.
We received an invitation for the Area Agency on Aging's, the District 5 annual meeting. It will be held December 11th, starting, the doors open at 11:30 at the Mid-Ohio Conference Center. I have the information for RSVP. I just got this in mail, so I just figure I'd bring it up now. More than welcome to attend. And then I have some financial information for you. For the month of October, our revenue was just over $2.1 million. And then our expenses were about $2.65 million. I can tell you that $500,000 of that was the transfer that we did for EMS at the end of the month in October. So that's kind of, it weighs out. I mean, that has already been budgeted for, so it weighs out.
Can we just explain that? So we budgeted $500,000 for EMS at the beginning of the year.
Correct.
We went this whole time without needing it.
Yeah.
And so we're just moving the 500 that we had
Yep.
budgeted.
Yep.
It's not any new money
It's
or
not any
anything
new
like
money
that.
or anything like that. We,
Okay,
yeah.
just wanna make sure
It
we're-
just, I try to
Hold
wait
on to it.
until they absolutely need to have it. And, I mean, we're gonna give it to them, but sometimes it doesn't happen until October or November, so. But I will tell you, based on those numbers, it seems a little lopsided, but our revenue year-to-date is just over $2 million more than our year-to-date expenses. So we're doing, our revenue is okay as far as what we're expending, but we are still 3.8 or 9% under what has been actually budgeted for the year.
Do you expect any big surprises between now and the end of the year?
I'm not expecting anything. I'm hoping maybe sales tax will bounce back, but we only have 2 months, so it's not, I mean,
20 goes out, buy 6 or 8 pickup trucks, that would help. F-350s or heavy-duty Chevy, or, yeah, that would help, right? No, it's gotta be new, that's.
yeah. So,
I'm too tight.
but that's the fiscal portion of it. I want to let you know that the auditor's office renovation is complete. There's a few miscellaneous things that need to be finished, but they're moved back into their office, and it looks great over there. So if you get a chance, stop over
I know
and
you
check
get
it
over
out. Looks very nice. They painted the walls, they put in new carpet, they have new desks.
Electric, all that.
Yep, electric. So it looks very good over there. So appreciate Julie working on that and getting that done. And then just a reminder that the public auction goes until Wednesday of next week at 6 p.m. It can be found at wmsohio.com. It is also published on our website. There's a link, it'll take you right to it. I looked at it this morning. We do have quite a few bids out there, so it looks pretty good.
The
So
other day, I was surprised some of the stuff, how,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought $1 or $2, but there's some.
yeah, there's some
$300
that,
around.
yeah, there's some things that are,
One
yeah.
man's junks, another man's treasure.
Yeah, you bet. So, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, who would have thought that, we could be sitting on a gold mine? I don't know. I don't know about a gold mine, but.
Gold mine, yeah.
Making some room.
So some of that will help clear up
Yeah,
the
that's
TV
nice.
building so that it can be taken down when that time comes. So, also wanted to let you know that still working on budgets. They are proceeding. Just a real quick overview. We received over $1.5 million in excess of what was certified by Budget Commission. And that's before we take into consideration.
Request, you see
Yes, before we take into any consideration of raises. And we also have to remember that we had an 18% increase in our health insurance, and our property insurance will probably have at least a 5 or 6% increase next year. So we're working on trying to whittle that budget down a little bit, so it's gonna take a little bit of time. Hopefully, I think I'm still on track to have it approved before Thanksgiving, so that's kind of hope, that's the hope. So that's what I have for that. I do want to ask about the meeting the week of Thanksgiving, since Thanksgiving falls on our Thursday. Do we want to not have a meeting that week? Do we want to move it to Tuesday? It's kind of going to be it would be a shorter meeting if we have a meeting on the Thursday before. There may not be any business at all on that Tuesday.
Because don't we meet on Tuesday?
Because then we'll also meet on Tuesday in December, on December 3rd instead of December 5th, because we will be all at conference in Columbus
So since we're
that
meeting
week.
on Tuesday,
Fine, right.
So
Thursday, Friday
do we
would be-
just wait until the December the 3rd? It doesn't have to be a decision made today. Just wanted to bring it to your attention so that we can, look at that a little bit closer and see what we
well,
would
we know we're not
decide
gonna
to
meet
do.
on the 28th.
No,
Thanks.
office is closed, yes.
So.
We can think about it and come
we
back
can
next
decide
week.
next
And
week, but I personally think we can wait till the following Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm good either way, so, yeah.
Okay.
Now, if we, okay, so let's talk about the budget approval process. We only have 2 more meetings. So, right, so we're gonna
Yep.
meet the 14th,
Yep,
and we're hoping we can adopt the budget on the 21st.
correct.
If for some reason we don't, then we would.
We would wait till December the 3rd.
Yeah,
Unless,
or have that
or
meeting
we
on
could
the
have that meeting on the
26th.
26th.
Yeah, I think that to me would be why we would have the meeting. If we, because we want to get the budget
Yep.
approved. So for some reason, if we don't have an agreement on the 21st, then I think we should meet the 26th, and we'll have other business, but mainly to get the budget figured out.
Okay,
So if we can get it done the 21st, which you're
That's my
Thinking
goal.
that,
That's
yeah.
my goal. I really, really would like to have it done
We'll
then.
talk about it next week.
Okay. Keep you up to date on all of that then, so.
You good with that? You good?
Yeah.
You good? Anything else?
No, that's all I had.
Okay, any old business?
I got a little old business that I want to bring up. As we've been talking about, for a year and a half, or Senate Bill 119, and I think that's where we, our goal was to, work through Senate Bill 119 to leave solid waste district, create our own and stuff with it, and pass the Senate unanimously. And at this point, it's kind of stuck in the House, and we do have, there is through the solid waste agreement, an exit way out. It's, more cumbersome than if we would have had Senate Bill 119, so I think with the focus and stuff on that, I think maybe we need to evaluate that and see what our avenue is to work through the current exit out of OSS, through that process and stuff on it, so.
What
what are we gonna-
we would have to do to.
Yeah, basically what you have to, go through, and have to see what the process is to request to leave the current solid waste district and create our own solid waste district.
What do you think?
Makes sense. Let's, see what we, find out what we need to find out and go through the proper
Yeah,
channels.
so really at this time, we've been kind of waiting for 119 to pass.
Pass, yep.
And it looks like it might not, because it might not.
Right, yeah, it just
Yeah.
depends on, because,
It's done.
there's a lot of changes in the House right now, and there's a lot of.
So you're
moving parts.
suggesting that we go down another path?
Just go down the path, which is, it takes a lot longer and stuff through that process. and
okay, so let's-
look at what,
You wanna
I'll run with it, see what the,
let us know what we gotta do, and,
yep.
yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
hurt- doesn't hurt to ask the question.
Talk
Right.
about next, we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll see what, yeah, who's ready to go.
Okay, good. That's your, turn it back to you, and we'll deal with it next week. Okay, next week?
Yeah.
Any other old business?
And just one thing, I ran into Mayor Wilkinson here earlier this week, and he had asked about the Court Street project, didn't know if we wanted to draft something up for him, or talk to him, or just send one of us. He had asked about it, but wasn't sure how you guys wanted to handle that, because he's asking.
Well, I think it's, my opinion is, right now, we're just working through budget, so I don't know that there's a lot of. fluff
Yeah, I was
there.
kinda thinking, we have some capital. I agree, good, I'm glad he followed up, and I agree with you, but I think we have blinders on till we get past the budget.
Yep.
Right?
Wait till after New Year maybe, or after Christmas, or,
Yeah, even maybe December at the earliest, but we wanna get the budget approved, then we're gonna focus on capital, which is part of the budget, but we're gonna really take a deep dive in detail into the capital, right?
Right.
We all kind of wanna do that.
I'll relay that to him. That's fair.
And we'll get back to it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we have a couple other loose ends that we're just waiting to hear back from, but, yeah, I think it's good he followed up. So, you guys?
Yeah, that's good. No, can relay that.
Any other old business? Anybody? Barb, do you think anything?
Nope.
Okay, we'll jump into new business.
Okay, just have a couple supplemental appropriations out of the general fund for the sheriff's salary, 8 cents. Just a calculation of, how you divide out his pay over the year, and you need 8 cents, so.
I have a problem with this.
The One Ohio
More
opioid.
discussion?
I have the One Ohio opioid settlement fund, the transfer outline of $127,166.65. This will be distributed to Pivot, because that was the agreement that we had with them.
That's good.
And then I have the general special projects fund transfer outline, $13,942.72. This will go to TCAP. Also for the judges, it's a correction in some reporting to the state is what that is necessary for.
Okay. Make a motion, we approve the supplemental appropriations as read.
Second?
And just one comment on the opioid money, so we're all on the same page. This is mainly for the public. There's been a lot of discussions about this One Ohio money, Region 17. The commissioners, we get a sliver of that money, and we will continue to get that to till this whole thing ends. We agreed, we took action that 2/3 of the money would go to Pivot and 1/3 of the money would go to EMS. Both are approved uses of the money, both kind of fit. Obviously, Pivot and the opioid money are one, and there are many EMS runs that involve overdoses, things like that, so that fits. So we have that adopted, so going forward, it's a done deal, it's 2/3, 1/3. This year, there was a little bit of money that we accumulated before we made that 2/3 deal.
Correct.
Also, this year seems to be, there's a lot of money coming in because they're getting more settlements figured out, more, the smaller groups are settling now, and so it's been kind of a nice year. So this is great timing for the Pivot Court, because they took over, the judges took this over July 1,
July
and it's
1.
great timing for EMS, because EMS needs a new vehicle. We've been talking about that. We're gonna try to take action on that next week, where we purchase a new EMS vehicle, using a big part of that cost, or a big part of that payment will come from this settlement money, which is, I think, really, I don't know you guys, but we've been talking, we'll talk about it next week
Yeah.
officially, but
Yeah,
I think it's great use of the money.
yeah.
So, and then after this, it'll just be a 2/3, 1/3.
Yeah, every time we
Thing
receive
coming
something,
in.
I will make sure
Okay.
we do a transfer the following week.
Yeah, we may not spend it the day we get it, it'll
Correct.
just go in the EMS fund at some point, but as we get it, it'll go to them.
Correct,
It's Pivot.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like it.
And one thing to follow about our
Yeah.
EMS vehicles is we're putting in a lot more mileage, so we need to kind of keep them in a rotation and stuff more than what we used to
That's a
have
good
with,
point.
you know, with all we've taken on too, so I think it's.
Well, we have Chris, our director, working on that kind of a study.
Yep.
You know, right, we're gonna need to, and these take 3 years to come in. When you order an EMS vehicle, it takes 3 years to get it. So you have to think ahead. And of course, you have to have the money when you order it.
Well, I'm glad we're able to put the money to good use, because it's not coming out of the taxpayers' coffers. I mean, it's the opioid settlement money, and it's literally gonna be saving lives.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. We're a little short to get there. We'll have to add a little bit,
Just
you're
a,
working
just,
on it.
just a little bit, it's not a
Well,
lot, so,
But again, we
Take
gotta
some of
get
the
it
sting
ordered.
away.
yeah.
From your point, we don't know if we have to get one every 3 years, every 4 years, every 5 years, you know, that kind of discussion, hopefully we can have resolved by the first of the year or something like that, so we can plan on it. Yeah, good. Anything else on this one?
Okay.
Let's go.
Commissioner Prankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes.
On to resolutions. I have a resolution authorizing the fund transfer be made from the One Ohio opioid fund to the Pivot Fund in the amount of $127,166.65.
So move?
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Prankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes.
Resolution authorizing fund transfers to be made to the TCAP fund from the General Special Projects Fund in the amount of $13,942.75.
So move?
Second.
Commissioner Prankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes.
Resolution authorizing master services agreement with ISSG Incorporated on behalf of the Seneca County Auditor's Office.
A motion to pass it for the resolution, please.
Second?
I'm going to give you a little bit of information
Yep.
on it,
You
just
know
so that
it's
you
gonna
understand that.
Yeah.
This is a new software that the Auditor's Office and Treasurer's Office will begin using for real estate purposes. The cost is the same amount of cost that we are currently using that comes from Tyler Technologies, but it's a better service for both the Treasurer and the Auditor's Office. I think they were looking at the customer service aspect, and they've been having some I don't know if issues or just concerns with Tyler Tech. So they've opted to move to a different
Does real
servicing
estate
group.
fund pay this, we pay this?
Real estate funds pay for
Yeah,
this.
so that's why you don't see the sub.
Yeah, real estate pays
So
for all
go ahead
of
and
that.
explain that.
So, real estate,
Comes out of it.
has their own special projects money, because they get money from when,
So it's not general fund
correct.
money,
When
taxpayer
property
money.
taxes are paid in, they keep a portion of the money, and then they use that money to run the real estate section of the auditor's office.
So the auditor has a separate pot of money that they scrape a little bit of money out of the real estate taxes.
Yep.
It goes into there, so she's using that money to buy the software.
Correct.
To settle the real estate taxes, which makes sense. She's not asking us for money, the general fund.
Correct.
We have to approve it because it's a contract
Yeah.
within the county,
Yep.
right? So I think that's good. And as we watch taxpayer money, I think we gotta explain these kind of things so people understand where the money's coming from.
Yep.
But this is good.
And Julie's very frugal with her money over there, so, you know.
And the
co-
treasurer sends the bill, they work together on
Yes,
this.
and like I said,
Auditor, treasurer.
this software will be used by both the treasurer and the auditor's office. The auditor's office pays the bill because they're doing most of the work out of it, and it's part of the real estate portion.
The two use
So they both use it, but the treasurer's office is on board as well. They really like the system and hope that the service is better than what they've been getting with Tyler.
Want to add anything? We good?
Good.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Last resolution, and this is always a thorn in our side. Resolution authorizing payment of late fees to the city of Tiffin sewer districts. It's in a total amount, it's on 3 accounts, total amount $93.96. I don't know if there is a issue with the mail. I'm not exactly sure if it's coming in late to us, not getting to the auditors on time. We have asked the city to reduce or remove them. We've had a couple of accounts that have removed, but it's a one-time thing, and they will not remove anything after that. So this is why I'm asking for this payment to be made.
Okay. Nobody.
So move, yeah.
Nobody wants to motion
Yeah,
this,
I'll
but.
do it, yeah.
yeah,
I'm
hey,
tired,
you have to.
tired of late fee. We gotta figure something out.
I will tell you for this, there is this, we have implemented a resolution to resolve this. I or Cheyenne will pick up the check from the auditor's office and walk it to the city's, the city's office to get it paid. We are also talking with them about possibly doing an ACH payment to the city.
I mean,
So
we're a customer, we should pay, we gotta pay on time, you know, but.
I can't help the mail, that's the other problem,
Right, right.
you know? If it gets mailed on time, you know, there's enough time, I can't help that the mail doesn't get it to them. It's being deposited in Tiffin, but it doesn't stay in Tiffin, it goes to
These come
Cleveland
up-
and then comes back to Tiffin.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see a lot of this before year end? Is
I hope
cleanup,
not.
Or
I
does
hope
this just
not.
come up as a?
It just comes up as it,
prevent
as it,
AT&T or the city?
it just
or-
comes up as the bills are presented to us, and,
Yeah, seems like we've had a few of these, but
yeah,
we're
I get
working
it.
on it. I get it.
Get it.
It'd be nice if the city and Aqua could get together and have a joint bill, because the city doesn't know what to bill. They go off of what Aqua's bill is. You can almost have one bill because you can shut somebody's water off, but not the sewer. It'd probably be more efficient if you ever wanna look into that in the city.
So,
It's the one utility that people know that they don't have to
Good.
pay.
First,
Yeah.
second.
I have a first, do I have a second?
All right, I'll second. I hate it.
I know.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
You held your ground, he didn't wanna pay.
There's ways of doing things more efficiently.
I get it. I get it. Barb promises. She's
I'm working very hard to make sure that we don't have these
That's all we
anymore.
can do.
So,
I think ACH would be, if it's, that would help a lot.
there's a meeting scheduled next week for it, so.
And that had its problems too in the past because of
Yes.
fraud and stuff. So
Yes.
just, it sounds real simple.
Right,
Like
but
we
that's
can
the
put
other side.
everybody on ACH, but we don't like doing that, right?
We would prefer it because it's more secure, but
But wasn't there?
there's always a chance that we get notification that is not from the company that.
Yeah, we had a couple of
We've had a
those.
couple of those in the past
Yeah.
where the company has said, you know, we're changing our ACH and it's spoofed. So,
With the city, we might,
yeah, so.
credible vendor maybe. I don't know, you got it.
It's like they automatically take the money out.
So,
Any other business from the board here? Administrator, any business?
I do not.
Okay, we'll go to public comment. Anybody want to say anything, guys?
Green thing,
Anybody?
hardly.
Other, hearing no public comment, we'll meet next Thursday,
Yes.
same time, and meeting's adjourned.